So that happened. Awesome. 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 Just typical YouTube, typical bullshit. Completely shut down my whole account. Like everything. You guys were commenting. I wasn't even able to do anything. uh yeah. Super rad. But at least, oh man. Yeah. So I guess that's just not something we can do. I guess that's just not something we're allowed to do. Uh, it cut me out, and you guys were commenting, and it was like I couldn't do anything. I couldn't respond back. I couldn't like nothing. Just cut the feed, cut everything out. So I'm assuming because like Laura Hasn't Slept is probably owned by Paramount now or something, right? It's not just, but it's on YouTube. Like, I don't understand that. I really don't get that. Like, I'm not sharing it in a way where I'm trying to make money off of it. I'm reacting to it to get people to watch it. Like, for if anything, they should be encouraging me to share that kind of stuff. I'm not like live streaming Smile and only showing the movie and people are like watching it for free or something and they're not paying the company like what they want. This is a short film that's free on the internet. How can that possibly have like a copyright on it for me to react to? I just genuinely don't understand that. This is unbelievable. It's not unexpected, but it's unbelievable. It just completely crashed everything. Like, and it told me it's like, this is a warning. The next time you get a copyright strike. And I was like going through the email and I was going through the content and I was like looking at your guys' comments and being like, this is just, I don't get it. It's so fucking lame, dude. And it's been removed too. Like, the video is gone. Like, it is completely deleted. So over the last hour that we just chatted, if you guys are here, you got to see the video. If you weren't, that video no longer exists. So there you go. You can have a piece of sinister cinema forever. You were there. That's happened to a bunch of live streams. If you were there live, you got to see them. If you weren't, they get completely taken down. This is not the first time this has happened. It's the first time it's ever happened live. It'll happen after the fact. It'll happen once the live stream's done. Then I'll get a blocked, notification like a day later or hours later or whatever. It'll just like have some kind of copyright claim or something that's thrown on it, but never during a stream. I've never had one during a stream. So there you go. If you were here, you got to hear about the porno talk. We had a very extensive discussion about pornography. You know what it was? Some Gen Z kids got together and shut me down. They were like, he's bashing our whole generation and he's making too much sense. I am repressed, but I don't want to hear it. I will say though that the Laura Hasn't Slept short we saw, it was great. It was great. I plan on watching all these shorts. Maybe it was just penalizing me for trying to watch this without my wife. Kaylee probably reported me. She was like, I don't want him to do this without me. So she ratted me out to the fuzz, to the YouTube fuzz. So I don't know, man. That's super lame. That pisses me off for sure. It really just makes me wonder what I'm allowed to show on here and what I'm not. I really don't know at this point. I honestly don't even know. This is why I tell people all the time, they'll come on to the comments and they'll say stuff like, you need to put clips in your videos and you need to add in like music and whatever. That's cool. That's cooler and whatever's more polished and this and that. And I'm like, while that might be true to a degree, I don't personally want it in mine anyway. But like another benefit of doing that is that I don't have to worry about copyright shit, right? Like I don't put clips into my videos 99% of the time. And so I don't have to ever deal with this kind of stuff. But I just thought watching some videos, some shorts, we just did it. We just watched a bunch of altar videos really recently. And they didn't shut us down. I don't get the reasoning. I don't, like, what are they're saying like spam or something. What? Is it because that ad played? Do you guys think it's that ad? I do. I think it's the ad. I don't think it's the videos themselves. I think it's the ad that came through that got us taken down, which is super fucking lame. If that's the case, but I don't know, man. And now that I'm not on StreamYard anymore, I can't even highlight your comments to put them up on screen. So there you go. It is what it is. But Laura Hasn't Slept looked cool. We talked extensively about the Saw short. And I was looking forward to it. The one I was really looking forward to the most was the Babadook. I didn't even know that was based on a short. The short was directed, written by Jennifer Kent and everything. And I was really looking forward to watching that one with you guys. But there you go. I'll watch it and I'll give you my thoughts on it later, I guess. I don't know what else to do. We can't do anything else on that matter. But while we're here, let's talk about Chucky Season 3. Just got announced. It's going to be coming out on Sci-Fi, USA, and now Peacock October 4th. So the season starts October 4th. As usual, Kaylee and I will be covering every episode week to week. We love that show, and I can't wait for the new season. Definitely excited to see where this franchise goes from here. But season 1 is super fun. You didn't know what to expect from it because it was TV. Like, how are we gonna do this long form? Because obviously horror is usually done better in shorter clips and whatever. But Chucky is something that just seems to be able to know no boundaries of that kind of stuff. And season 2 also was super fun. And this one took place in Hackensack, New Jersey. This one is in like a basically some kind of convent, freaking religious school. And the new one's supposed to take place in Washington, D.C. So how they get there, I have no idea, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. And we need to keep an eye out for this Glen doll that is at Spirit Halloween right now. I've seen videos. Kaylee actually showed me a video of someone holding it because you never know with pictures online. You want to see it you want to see somebody. I want to see it in person. I really want to see it in person. But I really want to get my hands on this Glen doll. But the video she showed me of the person who had bought it, because it's sold out currently. It looked fantastic. I was shocked by the quality of it. I actually thought it was looking really, really good. Bloodhound Audios, man, thanks for checking out. Love this channel. Thank you, Durotin. I don't know. Best Chucky physical editions. Yeah. Got the slip covers on both, of course. And always excited to add these things to the collection. And they're cheap, man. They're only $20. That's awesome. I haven't even gotten The Last of Us yet because I'm waiting for the price to dip a little bit. I want to get the 4Ks, of course. If it's The Last of Us, I got to do it right. I got to do the best additions that they have. But honestly, I might just wait on The Last of Us. Now that I'm thinking about it, I could I could potentially wait till the show's over and get like a box set. And they might do like some really cool, unless they release some kind of like super cool, like limited edition thing with like a statue like they did with the video games where Ellie's like playing the guitar or whatever. Like that is something I really wish I'd got my hands on back when it came out, but I didn't buy it because I was not making a lot of money at the time. But whatever. I really want you and Kaylee to watch and review the new season of Dragula, the oh, the drag queen thing. I've never watched it. I'm hoping I want Kaylee to get her ass home. Babe, quit your job and come home. No, I just want. Trust me, she wants to right now. But we got a new Shudder movie came out today. We watched the last Shudder movie, which we will be reviewing tonight, which was Communion Girl. And then the new Shudder movie came out today, right? Usually it's every Thursday. It's the 18th, right? Isn't today? Oh, tomorrow's the 18th. Wait, the 18th. But Shudder movies drop on Thursdays. I thought that the new one would be really? Doesn't Shudder usually drop their movies on Thursday? They always have in the past. So I thought that the new one came out on the 18th. But maybe that's just the theater one. Oh, that's probably what it is. It's that no. Let's see. Shudder August 2023. Communion Girl, August 11th, which we watched, which we liked. We'll discuss it. This one with who's this? This one, Bad Things. Yeah, Bad Things. August 18th, available in the U.S. Yeah, there it is. So it's tomorrow. But they always release their movies on Thursday. What the fuck? I was expecting to watch this tonight. Oh shit. Whatever. Fine. We're gonna watch Sympathy for the Devil tonight with Nicolas Cage and Joel Kinnaman. That one I'm excited for. So we'll definitely be reviewing that. So we're also going to be recording Found Footage Friday, Stephen King Saturday, all that stuff. Found Footage Friday will be Hell House LLC 2, the Abaddon Hotel, obviously. Stephen King Saturday will be the Dark Tower movie, which Kaylee's in the midst of reading the books right now. I'd read the books previously, but she's doing her first read through. We are going to do the Hollow Man. Hollow Man. This is an interesting one. For Slasher Sunday, Hollow Man is the pick this year. This week. I saw it on a slasher list, and I hadn't seen it since like it came out. And I was like, a slasher, really? We watched it, and I can see the argument for a slasher, for sure. But I will say right out the gate on that, the special effects are pretty amazing. For the time this came out, it's pretty incredible. So I was really impressed with the special effects more than anything. So I'm looking forward to that one. And then Monster Monday will be Dagon, however the fuck. The Jeffrey Combs, or no, Jeffrey Combs. I'm sorry. The H.P. Lovecraft. We were watching. We are going to do some Jeffrey Combs. We just did From Beyond, and next week we should be doing Castle Freak. So look forward to all of those. Are anyone going to play the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game? Yes. So tomorrow I will be live streaming the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game a bunch. I plan on live streaming a bunch of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game tomorrow. I'm going to do like a test game earlier in the day, and then I'm not sure if I'm live streaming that or not. I probably should, but then definitely that night after the Saw 3 watch party that we're doing with Chris Snyder, we're jumping straight over to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the game, live stream. So that'll be fun. But who knows? Maybe YouTube will take it down. I wouldn't be surprised if in the middle of the game they're just like, nope, can't do that anymore either. So there you go. But yeah, tomorrow, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And FYI, for any Game Pass, people, anybody that has Game Pass on Xbox, it is day one Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, you will have access to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game for free. You pay for Game Pass, obviously, but you don't have to buy it. That's what I'm using. I'm using the Game Pass. I will buy a physical copy eventually because I'm a physical media person, but I do not own an Xbox Series One or Xbox. I do not own an Xbox Series X. I own an S, and I only own an S because an X was impossible to get, and my Xbox One started screwing up, and I wanted to play with my brother, and an X was still like, I was reading reports that it was still going to be like a year before I could get my hands on one. That was a conservative estimate because by the time I bought an S, honestly, it was like a year and a half before I saw an X in stores. And I just can't justify spending another $500 on an X, but I don't know, maybe eventually. When they drop, if they go to like a Slim or like whatever, and it's like $300, I'll probably pick up an X. But there you go. So yes. I love King's Writing, but man, I couldn't get into the Dark Tower books. John Smith says, I get that. I really enjoy books 1 through 3, but 4 is really slow and takes a complete diversion from the story and turns into this like period piece romance thing, and it completely knocked me out of the series. Wolves of the Kala definitely is much more in line with the first 3 books, but man, book 4 was a slog for me to get through. I'm planning on starting Dark Tower in the next couple months. Really excited for Mike Flanagan's adaptation. Dude, I hope that happens. I really, really hope that happens, but you never know. I just watched Hollow Man on Pluto. There you go. Perfect timing. So we're going to be discussing that on Sunday. So look forward to that. And tonight we should have our review up for Hell House LLC Part 2, the Abaddon Hotel, which was so inferior to the first movie in pretty much every fucking way. All right, let's see. Horror game sounds like a plan. It's actually super scary to me. Yes, that's who is on it. You should probably get a Myers mask and take your revenge. Loved your Saw reviews. Hope you're doing good today, but it sucks that Texas Chainsaw Massacre is only online, like multiplayer. Yeah, I mean, this is something that I've talked about when it comes to modern video gaming, which I find to be like really disheartening and actually kind of depressing. This is something I've discussed quite often actually with video game friends. When I go now, the ability for them to like be online and have updates to fix bugs and all that stuff is great, right? Because we all know with certain games, bugs exist. Almost every game, bugs exist to some extent, but some way worse than others, right? Cyberpunk game being one of the best examples of it. Like, there's just games that come out and they're horribly buggy and they need updates. So I'm glad that the online thing exists. And then multiplayer stuff, like there's lots of multiplayer games that are great. I play Apex Legends with my brother. I have for like 4 years now. Whenever it came out, we started playing during season 1. So I think it's been like 3.5, 4 years at this point, maybe longer. I honestly don't know. But what's really weird about games like Apex Legends, like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, Friday the 13th game, Evil Dead game, stuff like that. Lots of other games as well. Fortnite, whatever. These are games like if you take the original, let's say Super Mario Brothers on NES, and you put it in, the game is there for you to play, and it's exactly the same way as it always was, right? And it's nostalgic, and and you have fun and whatever. And I own it. I have every system from the NES up. And every once in a while, I like retro gaming, but much prefer the modern gaming. It's more fun in my opinion. But retro gaming can be fun for nostalgia. That being said, what old retro gaming does have over modern gaming is that everything, because things I grew up on, like one of the games I've played the most in my life growing up was Super Mario 64. And Super Mario 64 is something that every few years I like to go back and I like to beat to 120 star completion. I've done it 15 fucking times at this point. Like, I love doing it. There's something about it. It's very relaxing to me, even though it's like a complicated game at times. There's something very comforting about it. So I like doing it. But every time I play it, it's exactly the same, and it's always there for me to play. Right? I throw it in the Nintendo 64, and I pop it on, and it's the same game I've always played, and it's always there for me to play. But you fast forward the clock, 20 years from now, because that game came out in 96 or something, I want to say, something like that, which is a long fucking time ago now. We're coming up on, in 3 years, that'll be way longer than I want to say. 30 years. That's crazy. That doesn't even make sense to my brain right now, but that's true. But the game will always forever be Mario 64. In 30 years from now, 26 years from now, 27 years from now, Apex Legends will no longer exist. That's not going to be a thing unless they're like doing new versions of it. But the Apex Legends that I'm playing right now with my brother online, any online multiplayer only game eventually won't exist anymore, right? That trips me out. Like, I'm not going to be able to ever go to that game again. Like, once the servers go down, once they're like, okay, we're wrapping shit up, like they're doing with like Friday the 13th. Once that happens, the game is it's a coaster, right? It's the disc is pointless. It's cool to have because it's like, look at this relic of the past. Remember the Friday the 13th game? Like, I have the NES Friday the 13th game, right? And that will always, I'll be able to put that in Nintendo for the rest of my life, and it's a shitty game. And walking through the camp and jumping over like zombies and whatever is super lame, but it's always an option. Forever, we will get to play the Friday the 13th NES game, but the Xbox or the modern Friday the 13th game that Gunn made will no longer exist. Once those servers go down, it's gone. That trips me out. Like, all these games that we're playing today, a lot of the features, because a lot of these games have online multiplayers, but some of them are straight up only multiplayer online. And those games you'll just have them in your collection, and you'll be like, oh, remember this game? Remember when we were able to play this game? It doesn't exist anymore, so we can't play it anymore. You put it in the player, and it would say, fuck off. Like, that's crazy. That really is crazy to me. So, what did happen to single-player games? I have all the Evil Dead games. I have the original Hail to the King on PlayStation 1. I have Regeneration, and I have Fistful of Boomstick, both on, I think, Regeneration I have on Xbox, the original Xbox, and PlayStation 2 for Fistful of Boomstick. And then, as I said, Hail to the King, the original Evil Dead game was on PlayStation 1. And I do have all of those. And, of course, I have the new one, which is actually really good. But we stopped playing the Evil Dead game, my brother and my wife and everybody, because we would literally like get online together to jump into a match, and we would like queue up to try to get into a game, and we would wait for 15-20 minutes at times, and it would just never load into a match. And I would write people, and they'd be like, same problem. And it's like, okay. And while Evil Dead does technically have like story missions that you can do, they're really not all that interesting. But the game is really cool. And it's a shame because you can't really play it all the time. I think that problem might be fixed now, but when it came out, it was a big problem. For months, we would always be like, let's try a game again. Fuck it, let's give it another shot. And we'd sit there in the lobby, and we'd queue up, and we'd just be like, search for games, searching for players, searching whatever. And it would just sit there and sit there and sit there. And after like 15 or 20 minutes, I'm like, dude, we could have played 3 games of Apex by now. We could have played, a game of Dead by Daylight by now. We could have, these other games that actually load like pretty quick, pretty instantly. So Evil Dead, I don't know what happened to Evil Dead, but once it became free, then all of a sudden you could get into games. That's what they had to do. But it's a good game. It's better than Dead by Daylight, in my opinion. It's better than Friday the 13th. Oh my God, by a long shot. But no one was playing it, which is a super shame because it's a really good game. It's a really, really good game. And I'm really looking forward to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game coming out tomorrow. It is from the guys who made Friday the 13th. I thought that game was pretty lame. I didn't give it a good chance, but I am hoping that Texas Chainsaw Massacre will learn from all the mistakes of the Friday the 13th game. What I do, so with Dead by Daylight, I really wish that Dead by Daylight would take some cues from Friday the 13th and give more variety on how to escape, right? It's always the same. And that's the thing that I don't like about Dead by Daylight. And I really hope Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, that there's variety. I said Leatherface. I meant to say, like, I was going to talk about Leatherface in a minute. But there's just like in the Friday the 13th game, there's like you can get the car started, or you can call in a hero, or you can, there's options. There's definitely variety to like how to escape, how to survive the night, whatever. And with Dead by Daylight, there's just no variety. It's just you do the generators, and if everyone dies but you, a hatch opens up, and that's it. Every game, every single game. And that's, to me, kind of lame. I really do wish that in Dead by Daylight, every map had a unique thing to it, right? There's the generators and then the unique thing for the specific map. And every map that comes out, there's a new way to escape. There's a new element. And because what Dead by Daylight has that Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, Evil Dead does not have, which is why it is superior in its concept, is because it has Leatherface, it has Freddy, it has Michael Myers, it has, Jigsaw, it has all these major franchises. So it's not just a Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, it's like a horror universe game, which is super cool. And Texas Chainsaw Massacre and all these other games just can't touch it, right? It's always going to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. And with Dead by Daylight, you can go up against Leatherface, you can go up against Freddy, you can go against Michael Myers, you can go up against all these different killers, freaking Samara from The Ring, or any of these characters, which is so cool. It's just, it lacks variety. That's it. That's its biggest weakness. And I really wish that someone would update it to have variety. But I really, what is cool about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th did this, so I can only assume Texas Chainsaw Massacre will do this as well, is that there's so many iterations of the Friday the 13th, but there's so many iterations of Texas Chainsaw Massacre that in the future we can get the Leatherface from, I don't even know what this game will offer. I don't know if we're just going to get the 74 movie Leatherface, right? And maybe just his different masks that he wears throughout that film. And then, which would be smart. I think if I was them, what I would do is I would release part 1, right? And you're going to have, the house, right? You're going to have like, maybe you'll have a couple maps that are familiar. You have the gas station, you'll have the house, you'll have, I guess that's really it for the first movie. You don't have a lot of locations, but regardless, you do that, right? You have a couple maps. You have the looks of Leatherface. You have the other killers, the hitchhiker and whatever, and then you have the main characters like Franklin and Sally Hardeston and all that, right? So that's easy, and then that's how you come out the gate. You come out the gate with 74. Then in like a month, 2 months, right? Once the buzz has kind of like hit, buzz, get it? once that's escalating and people are really like liking it and it's getting good word of mouth, that's when then you drop in like, you know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, right? And then you put in the skin for Leatherface in that movie, you put in Dennis Hopper's character, you put in Stretch, you put in LG, you put in Bill Mosley's Chop Top, you put in stuff like that. That's where you should, and then like, and those should be included. Maybe I just probably going to be a microtransaction game like Dead by Daylight, which is so fucking lame, dude. They really like, they really milk the shit out of you with these, right? They really do, and I don't like it because the price is absurd for a skin. Get it for people who don't play Dead by Daylight. Take a guess on how much they try to charge you for like a single skin for like a Leatherface or something, like a pretty face Leatherface from the original movie, like his more like the grandma look or whatever with the makeup on the face. Guess how much like just buying that one skin, a skin for a game? It's insane. I would be like $1 or $2 at best for one skin. $1 is actually is expensive for what you get in a video game. For $60, you get so much. For a skin should be like $1. Personally, $2 at most. I even think that's absurd. But no, it's straight up like $10. $10 for one skin. You know how many skins they have for every character? You could spend thousands of dollars on this. And I know that's what they want, but that's absurd. That's actually taking advantage of your audience. That to me is actually is fucked up. So I really hope that you should just maybe do like an expansion, whatever. But I honestly think if you buy the game, it should be free, right? You buy the game, you should get the game. But whatever, you got to do. You've got to do part 2, right? And then from there, you can kind of just start doing from all the different movies, right? And it's a big franchise. It's got a lot of entries. So I would love to see, obviously, the remake. I think that's probably the scariest looking Leatherface. I don't know. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre Netflix movie, like when he cuts that guy's skin off and he's up in like the sunflower field, that one's scary as hell as well. But I'd love to see them all. If the game's good, if I'm really enjoying it, even stuff I don't love, you know, or stuff that is kind of universally panned or whatever, I'd still love to see like the drag queen or whatever, Leatherface from Next Generation and all that stuff. I want to see Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger's characters. So anyway, yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Definitely looking forward to it. I don't know. I saw some footage from it, but every footage I've seen from the game is all 74. It's all original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? So I don't know. We'd have to. I mean, I guess I could look it up, but I kind of want to let it come to me when I'm watching it, when I'm playing the game. I think that will be more fun. I've seen some gameplay from it, but very little, to be honest. But yeah, so what do you guys think? Who's going to play Texas Chainsaw Massacre? And what's your favorite horror game? Obviously, there's a difference between horror games and like online multiplayer games, but I'm really looking forward to Outlast Trials as well. I don't know how that's going to actually work, but we'll see. All right, James says Texas Chainsaw looks better than Friday, but Evil Dead games might be better than both. We'll see. Tomorrow, we're all going to find out. I've had the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game downloaded on my Xbox for months and months. It's been available for download, but it does not go live till tonight. at midnight, or I don't know what time it actually drops. I'd be curious if it drops early enough. I don't know. We could look. Actually, let me look that up. Google. Let's see. Google, tell me, what time does the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game come out? Okay, Texas Chainsaw Massacre release. When is it coming out? Texas Chainsaw Massacre is August 18th for PC, PlayStation 4, blah, blah, blah. It will also be blah, blah, blah. Start time. Here we go. Is this it? If anybody can find that and put it up on the screen, does anybody know what time it will drop tonight? Usually it drops late. Usually, like in the past, when they do like updates and stuff, it doesn't happen till like 2 a.m. Oh, here we go. Launch time. 7 a.m. Los Angeles time on the 18th. Oh, wow. So they're not putting it out till the morning. And I think LA and us are on the same time right now. That's gonna end here pretty soon with fallback. But currently 7 a.m. So 7 a.m. is when it drops for us in Phoenix. So we will not be playing it tonight. Bummer. Has anyone played Sally Face? No. I know you have. Which was scarier playing alone at night growing up? Doom or Resident Evil? Resident Evil for me. Doom is more like, because obviously with Doom, you much more feel like you have a chance, right? You're like armed with shotguns and machine guns and all this. And with Resident Evil, you got like a freaking pea shooter, man, with like 2 bullets. It's way scarier. And when you came around a corner, you never knew when you were going to run into an enemy in Resident Evil. Like you could go 10 minutes without ever seeing a zombie, right? And there's this atmosphere and this mood to Resident Evil where there's like a storm going on outside and it's all dark and you're going around corners and there's these like fixed camera angles and you come around and then the zombies come at you and you're like trying your best to shoot them. And it's scary. But with Doom, there's an enemy around every corner. There's 100 of them. It just becomes more of a mindless, like, shoot everything you can on the screen. So I don't really have time to be scared. I don't have time to build up tension or atmosphere or any of that shit. Oh, shit. I was going to see a movie at 3 o'clock, but it's 3 o'clock now. So unless I rush over there and go to it, I guess I'm not seeing it today. I can actually see it tomorrow. I'll see it. Oh, I wanted to go tonight because it was my movie for the week. Ah, shit. My friend canceled on me. I was supposed to go see it with somebody, but oh well, whatever. I don't need to see it today. Zombie Army. Yeah, I played the Zombie Army game. One of them. I didn't know there was 3. Oh wait, did I? Yeah, I knew that. I think the one I'm playing that I played is Zombie Army 3. Let me check to make sure. Zombie Army. No, I played 4, Dead War. And then Trilogy is like a game to itself. I've played 4, which is kind of like Doom. Just endless zombie waves coming at you. My brother and I played it. Actually, now to come to think of it, I was told that was cross-platform. So I actually bought a copy for Kaylee for like $20 or something so that she could play with us. And we bought it, downloaded it, and it wasn't cross-platform. I was so pissed. I literally threw it away because she had no interest in playing it without us, and I wasn't going to play it on there. So we bought it on PC, and it has literally never been played. Never once. Oh, man, that pissed me off. But it was a fun game. We didn't play a lot, but we played some. Outlast is great, Robert. Fantastic. Probably the scariest game I've ever played. Outlast. I will say, I think from my experience, I haven't played all the games. I'd love to. I'd love to start streaming some like more solo games, story-driven games. I think that would be super fun. There's a lot of stuff. I bought so many I haven't gotten to play yet. So many. So I'm super, super down for that. Outlast would be a really fun one. Outlast 2, obviously. I've played them, but I haven't beat them. So I would be super, super into that. I would be super into that. There's a lot of games I'd love to play with you guys, especially PC games. That's where every time I see like a TikTok or whatever that's like really scary, cool looking shit, they're always like PC exclusives. I just saw a couple that Kaylee shows me and my brother shows me. I'll get videos sent to me and I'll be like, what are these? These are so cool. And then they're always PC games. So yeah, I don't even know if it's horror per se, but Alan Wake, of course. Alan Wake is horror. What else the fuck would it be, Wyatt? Alan Wake 2 comes out this year, supposedly. Oh, wait, actually, does it? I thought it came out October of this year, which would be really soon. We would think we would get a game trailer, like a better trailer. October 17th. Holy shit, it is coming out. That's in 2 months. I've beat Alan Wake a couple times. Kaylee and I were playing it for her to finally experience the story, but we can't ever seem to get through it. The Last of Us 1 and 2 are obviously the best horror games. I agree with my wife, of course. But she is right. That is definitely my favorite. Wait, what the hell? I don't know what the hell just happened there. That was weird. Which was scary? Oh, we already had that. Ever played the Blair Witch PC games? I have. I own all 3 of them. I've played the original, the first one. Let me see. So yeah, these are the Blair Witch PC games that he's referring to. Volume 1, Rust and Par, is the one I've played. Unfortunately, these aren't really compatible anymore. I think you'd have to I don't know if I could play these anymore on most hard towers now don't even come with hard drives. I don't have a disk drive or hard drive, a disk drive. I don't have a disk drive in my tower. They weren't even an option in the ones we were looking at. So I don't even have the ability to put these in my towers, but I don't honestly think that they would even play them. I think they're too retro. They're too old. So it's a pain in the ass, man. It's a total pain in the ass to try to play these retro PC games. You almost have to either you have to go to Steam and hope that they're on there. But I already own them, so that's lame. I own them, so I shouldn't have to buy them again. That's super fucking lame. It's almost like you have to download an old operating system, like Windows freaking 98 or something, to be able to play them, which is super, super lame. But yeah, I've played the PC games. The first one, what I played of it, it's got a really cool atmosphere and definitely liked what I did. Blair Witch game was awful, Mike Warner says. I heavily disagree. If he's referring to the 2000 and 2000 and I'm thinking of the 2016 movie. 2018 was when the Blair Witch game came out. They released it for console and VR. I've played it in both, and both rule. Just so you know, I disagree heavily. I think the ending, the last act where you're in the house, is terrifying. I think that shit is amazing. And on VR, it's even scarier and really immersive. And the best horror game I've played currently on VR, for someone who asked about VR, is the Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. I own both of them. I have not made the time to get to the second one. I bought it right when it came out because the first one is so good. But those are amazing. Those are really, really cool. If you're into VR, which I am heavily. Every time I put on my VR headset, my wife can attest to this. Every time I put it on, literally all I do is I sit there for the first 15 minutes and go, God, this is so cool. Why don't I play this more? This is so cool. This is so much cooler than console. I love VR. I think it's so, so amazing. All right, my favorite horror game. I hear of the Dark Pictures stuff. I've never played one. That and Plague Tale. I've never played those. Any of them. I haven't played any of the Dark Pictures, and I've never played a Plague Tale game. And I want to play both, and I have the time. Those are the kinds of games I'd love to stream. Perfect example of the kind of shit that I'd love to stream on days like this, where Kaylee's at work and I have the day off and I have the time. That's a fantastic, yeah. Dark Pictures Anthology and Plague Tale are two of the franchises that I really, really want to pick. PT Demo. That has a great atmosphere to it for sure. I think we all played that when it came out. But it's one of those things where it's just like I want it to be a game. Like I just wanted there to be a full game to it. There's not. So, and I don't even think you can get it anymore, right? I'm sure somebody has it somewhere that you could maybe pirate it or something, but the PT demo doesn't exist anymore to download like legally, right? Because I can't find it. I tried to beat Friday the 13th every Friday the 13th. Looks like my next chance is coming up in October. The original, the NES Friday the 13th game? Is that what you're referring to, Silent Evil? I beat it. You've got to make sure I'm sure you can look it up. You got to light all the fires. You got to defeat Jason's mother's flying head. You got to beat Jason 3 times. You've got to defeat him 3 times. And the game doesn't even tell you. Like it leaves off on like, I won't tell you. Never mind. Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem. I didn't really play those as much. I played them a little bit. I remember them okay. They were kind of like Doom, obviously very Doom-like. Wolfenstein, Duke Nukem, and Doom are basically all the same game with just different characters. I prefer Doom of all of those for sure. And I actually downloaded on Game Pass. They have the Doom collection, and you can play all the old Doom games. And I was playing 1, 2, and all those. They were fun. And I own all the Doom books actually as well. There's 6 Doom novels, and I own all of them. So I do really like the Doom games a good amount. Running old PC games can be a huge pain for sure. An Insidious game where you explore the further, that would be cool. That would be cool. Real good VR games. I talked about that. You have to play the Dark Pictures Anthology. You can play them locally with multiple people. Oh, okay. Man of Medan. How do you say that? Is one of the games. It's a horror movie you play in. That's cool. Yeah, I really want to. Until Dawn, Rush of Blood is just silly. Yeah, I know that's a VR game. I don't have PlayStation VR. I never have bought into the PSVR. So unless they ever release that on like an Oculus, I just don't have the means to ever play it. No, I'm talking about the PS4 Blair Witch game. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Blair Witch with the guy and his dog who go out looking for the missing kid. I loved it. The Devil in Me and Little Hope. Those are also the anthologies as well, right? Yeah, those all look good. Have you had to play Blair Witch in VR? You should. It's the exact same game, obviously, but it's around you. It's really cool. Like it's exactly the same except for you're inside your television. It's super weird. To play it on console first and then jump into the VR version is super weird because it genuinely feels like you walked into your television. It's the exact same graphics, but they're just around you. They're completely 3-dimensional and you're standing. You guys know how VR works, but I'm telling you, you'll know what I'm talking about if you play it on console first and then you throw a VR headset on and play it. It's weird seeing it 2-dimensionally, on a flat screen, and then throwing on a headset and seeing it around you, the exact same game, but 3-dimensionally. It really feels surreal. You're like, oh, it would be like throwing on a headset and playing like Super Mario 64 or something that I've played a million times, and then I just walk in and I'm like, I've been to this castle a million times, but it's never been around me. it just would be surreal. And that's how it was with Blair Witch. Another really cool game on VR was the Exorcist game. The Exorcist game was super cool as well. Let's see. My favorite retro games lately have been Heart of Darkness. I played Escape from Butcher's Bay. I think I own that. That's the Riddick game, the Vin Diesel Riddick game. Chronicles of Riddick. That's funny. I forgot about that game, but that's funny. That's definitely retro now. It's more of that middle, right? That middle area. It's like I think I have it on the original Xbox. The Saw games are fun for anybody. I own both of those on Xbox 360. Edge of Nowhere was the coolest spooky Lovecraft game I've ever seen. Okay, I'll look that up. I've never even heard of it. Walking Dead Saints and Sinners is so great on PSVR. That's awesome. I didn't even know it was on there, but that makes sense. Paranormal Activity game. Yeah, so Paranormal Activity has a game on VR. It was only available on Oculus Rift, but now it has been ported over to the Quest, and you can buy it on like PlayStation. I still haven't played it. I'd really like to, but I just haven't yet because I don't make time for VR games, and I keep putting them off. And there's just you guys ever just get that overwhelming feeling of like there's just too much to do with just not enough time? Because I get it every day. I have kids, I have a job, I have a wife, I have responsibilities, and even if you took all those things away, even if it was just me and I was some trust fund baby and I never had to work and I could just live at home and 24 hours a day, I could just play video games and watch movies and watch TV shows and read books, I couldn't do it. All the shit I want would take I'd have to become Michael Keaton from Multiplicity. I'd have to start like cloning like hundreds of myself to be able to play and watch and read all the things that I want to. And that's just entertainment. There's so many other things in life that you want to do besides that shit, right? There's so many other things you want to do. And you got to try to fit it in to your lifestyle, like between your job and your responsibilities and everything. And that's you as someone who's going to further limit that, who's like, oh, you're with me right now. I don't like that stuff. And you have to like wait for them to go to bed to go watch the stuff you actually want to watch. Fuck that, dude. No way. I just love my stuff way too much. I had to marry someone who was super into everything that I'm into. And it took me a long time, but it was worth it. Okay. I need to play more of Exorcist Legion. I played a little bit of it. Oh yeah, that Walking Dead Saints and Sinners looks good. First game. Yeah, it's very cool. Looking forward to Saw X review. Hell yes, me too. I can't wait to watch it, to be able to do it. Wrath of Oblivion Afterlife and Exorcist Legion. Oh, Wrath. Okay, I don't know about that one. Or Wraith, sorry. Wraith. The Oblivion. Okay. Hey, Anthony. What's up? Hopefully we get upgrades of Rush of Blood. And here they lie. I don't know. Mike Warner is agreeing to disagree. No, I'm not agreeing to disagree. You're wrong. I'm right. Just kidding. Allie's here. What's up, Allie? Hey, Jason. I left you a couple messages on your anxiety video. They begin with 1, 2. Did I not comment on them? I thought I commented on every single video on the anxiety video. If I missed your comment, I don't think I did, though. I'm pretty sure if I didn't have anything to fully say, I just hearted them. But I did read every comment that I'm aware of on my anxiety video. I will check, though, but pretty sure I did. There was literally like 300. So it took a little while, but I think I got to everyone. And thank you for that. I do remember the 1, 2, and 2, 2. They were huge. They were very long, but I did read them. That I remember for sure. The Persistence is also cool. I don't know that one. There's a lot. Have I played Dead Space? Oh, yeah. I would love to play the new one, the remake of the original. But very cool, very cool, very alien. Isolation, obviously, it's obviously, um, you know, taking Alien as an inspiration. So Alien, I guess it's more like Alien, but regardless, very similar. Edge of Nowhere is an Oculus game. Okay, I'll look it up. I love my $600 PSVR too. Jesus, $600. I love the suffering and the oh my goodness, the thing game. The thing game was pretty cool for just the fact that it like had like a literal layout of the Antarctica research facility. It was like an actual recreation of it, which was super cool, and it actually addressed the story in John Carpenter's The Thing. It actually gave us an answer to who lived between Childs and McCready. It gave us the answer of who was the Thing, although it could have been either of them. But in the end, we do find out he was the Thing on a helicopter. So yeah, the Thing video game. That's cool. Why is YouTube the worst? Well, Allie, because we were doing another live stream and it got shut down for copyright bullshit. I was watching a bunch of short videos of popular horror movies, shorts, like the one for Smile and Saw. And while we were watching the one for Smile called Laura Hasn't Slept or whatever, it got shut down. It completely crashed the stream, gave me like a warning. The worst. So they're the worst. Have you seen the 2006 video game horror film Stay Alive? I did. I saw it in theaters in Sedona. Believe it or not, they actually played it in the theater in Sedona. It was the very first movie, the very first horror movie they got in Sedona while I was living there. So I had to go support it. And the star of that movie, one of the stars of that movie, the chick in the movie, she actually is running for mayor of Sedona. Yeah, I think she lost, but she was just running for mayor of Sedona recently. And I was looking her up like, oh, the chick from Stay Alive? So I have a feeling that, and she grew up in Sedona, so I have a feeling the reason it played in Sedona is because she's from Sedona and probably knew people in Sedona to play it there. But yeah, that's funny, right? But where I was just living before I lived here, the actress from Stay Alive was running to be our mayor. Isn't that funny? Exactly. I've never understood why people say opposites attract. I like being with someone similar to myself. 100%, dude. If I could clone myself, I'd marry and fuck myself. They took down the previous stream, yeah. Am I imagining things, or did I see you are on Twitch now? I am. I'm playing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game tomorrow. I'm going to be playing it quite a bit. I might live stream some horror game. I might do it. I don't know. Maybe I should do it right now. I got 2 hours before Kaylee's going to be home. I was going to finish a movie, but gaming sounds kind of fun. What game should I play? Who would watch, and what game should I play? I got a bunch of PlayStation 5 games that I bought during like Black Friday. The In Sound Mind and Martha is Dead and all sorts of horror games. But if anyone would be interested in watching, let me know. So yeah, it definitely was. John Carpenter once hinted that he would be up for directing a Dead Space movie. Oh, I know. I remember when he was talking about that, but honestly, I don't. John Carpenter's time is done, man. Would I watch a Carpenter movie if he made another one before he retired for good forever? Sure, but man, his last few efforts are just they just tell me his time has passed, and I don't think he has one in him. I really would like to believe that he has a good movie in him still. But after Ghost of Mars and The Ward and whatnot, it's like Argento, man. It's just sometimes the well just dries up, right? It happens. Sinister Cinema on Twitch. That's me. Correct. So yeah, I'm gonna look at my game collection right now. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna look at my game collection, and maybe I'll go live for a little bit. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I was in the middle of watching Weird Al Yankovic movie, Weird the Al Yankovic story, which I was really loving. So I might throw that on. But came late. Who we talking about? YouTube. YouTube is what we're talking about. So Mike needs from season 3. Yeah. With the strike though, I don't know, man. Might be a while. But I'm gonna look through my horror games. I'm gonna see if there's anything that would be fun to stream and talk about. But for sure, we will definitely be streaming Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the game, tomorrow, and 6 o'clock Arizona time. We will be watching Saw 3 watch party with Chris Snyder. So definitely join that if you're a Saw fan or if you just want to hang out and chat. But Saw 3 watch party followed directly by a Texas Chainsaw Massacre game playthrough. So look forward to that. Other than that, man, I've been on streaming now for hours, so I think it's time for me to take a break. I need to go eat something. You guys are the best, as always. I love you, especially my wife. Sorry, I love her more, but you guys are awesome as well. I will talk. Oh, man, I'm getting off right as 54 people jump in here. Holy shit. They saw I was signing off, and people are like, okay, like, never mind. 54, damn. This has stayed at like 30 the whole time. Right as I'm going, like, say bye, 54 people jump. What the fuck? All right, whatever. But hopefully I'll be live streaming a game here very soon. I'm now I got 54 people. I might as well. Fuck. All right. Well, I love you guys. Maybe I'll see you in a minute. Bye.